Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Valor. The purpose of this video today is to talk about some fundamentals of shooting and to tell you that you really can't buy them with equipment. They all have to come right here and right here. Let's go ahead and get started. One thing our students really see when they come to class here is they see what they are capable of doing with proper instruction. And if you doubt that, go ahead and look at our reviews. If you go to our website, we've got plenty of reviews from our students. We've got plenty of reviews on our Google page as well. There are a lot of people that have come here and trained and learned how to become better shooters through hard work and through that one-on-one personal professional instruction from our staff. A big thing that you want to really emphasize when you're first getting started in shooting is that you want to ingrain proper repetitions right away. I'm a big believer in success through hard work and repetitions and consistency, because in order to shoot well, you're going to need consistent, fundamental repetitions. And it's a lot easier to go out and buy something than it is to put in hard work a lot of times. But it's just like any other thing that you can get good at. In order to do so, you've got to go out and put the reps in and put in the hard work. We learn shooting by doing. We learn shooting by going and seeing people that can help us shoot better, and then going home and putting in the hard work after we get back from those training classes. That's how you get better, rather than buying stuff. Talk about what the latest trend is, and what I've seen is that there are people that are buying triggers out there and putting them in their rifles. They're having a gunsmith do that. And they just don't need to do that. These things are $300–400 in certain cases. I know one out there that's going over $400 under the claim that it'll help you shoot better. That's not the case, guys. My personal guns, all the guns that I use for home defense or for my go-to rifles, and the ones that I use in class in front of demos for students, every single rifle that I have has a factory trigger in it. And there's a lot of reasons why I would emphasize that. Number one, far more reliable. You want a heavier trigger in your gun. I like at least 5 to 6 pounds on my guns for reliability purposes. Some of those really light ones, those 1.5 pound, 2.5 pound triggers that these people are putting in there, they will double and triple on you. And not only that, but they tend to be a little bit more fragile. So when people are using these, they think they need them to shoot better. That's just not the case. Let me show you a couple of targets here. All right, so guys, this is a target that I shot not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago, and this is from 100 yards prone. I wasn't on a shooting bench. It wasn't, locked in any kind of vise or anything. This was me in a prone position with a red dot, unsupported. As you can see, this is a 2-inch circle here. This is way under that. This is a nice group with this ammo, and that's with a red dot, unsupported prone from 100 yards. You can do that with a mil-spec trigger. Take a look at this target down here. What you can see is I got my rough zero here, and then when I fine tune it, that's 3 rounds right there. So I made my sight adjustment on this, and then this right here, guys, that's 5 rounds. That's under 1 inch for 5 rounds at 100 yards, unsupported prone. So this is the kind of shooting you can do with a mil-spec trigger with proper fundamentals. Let me show you some even better targets. Guys, what you're seeing here, this is 3 consecutive days of cold bore shooting here. So this is with 100 yards shot with a mil-spec trigger, guys. That is 3 rounds. That's about 4/10 of an inch with a mil-spec trigger. That outshot a $6,000 rifle, by the way, and I was shooting a regular mil-spec gun on that. So that's 4/10 of an inch, three rounds. Multiple witnesses saw that group, so you need validation on that one or verification. Easy stuff. Here, once again, under 1 inch as well. The very next day, on the 14th of January, shot this one here. By the way, this is in a good class. A good friend of mine taught this class, Brian Wilkinson of Enhanced Defense. Awesome guy to go train with, but that was during that class. And then, of course, right here, the very next day on the 15th of January. Once again, way under 1 inch there, guys. I mean, just to give you an example, I mean, that's my my thumbnail right there. So we're talking well under 1 inch on that one too. That may be 6/10 of an inch. And this is all with a mil-spec trigger. So don't think that you need to have anything crazy. Don't think that you need to have these match triggers to shoot groups like this. Anything under 1/2 inch is pretty insane accuracy for a gun. And we did this with a mil-spec trigger that's no longer gritty because of rounds through it and in a couple of classes with it. So folks, I've never run match grade stuff in my rifles. I've not run anything crazy like that. I always rely on fundamentals and repetitions and dry fire, a lot of that stuff. Dry fire is free, and I've maintained this for years, that the best trigger job on the planet is a couple thousand rounds in a few classes through your rifle. Not only can you ingrain those repetitions, but you're not spending money on stuff that may or may not work for you. Our 2021 schedule is up on our website, that is in the description box below. I've got some of these tips also in my American Rifleman book. That's available in the description box below as well. But there is no substitution for coming in person to class and having a professional instructor be able to diagnose issues with your shooting and your technique. That reaps rewards like you have not seen before, and you'll see the value of it yourself once you come out here and train with us. If you found the information in the video helpful, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, that link is down below as well. Folks, we'd love to see you in our classes. We'd love to interact with you and help you become a much better shooter. This is Reid Henrichs with Valor reminding you the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.